EM Bokashi was also used at Flower Festival 95 held in Gifu Prefecture. Here is a short speech by Mr. Okumura.
The
group for promoting environmental purification was honored to participate in Flower Festival 95, where EM was used in soil improvement. Then flowers were planted in this soil. Today, Mr. Zennichi Noguchi of Abiko City in Chiba Prefecture is collecting raw garbage from this residential district in his truck. Mr. Noguchi mixes the collected garbage with EM Bokashi, dries it mechanically, and uses the fermented EM compost to cultivate high-quality vegetables, which are receiving a favorable response from the consumers in the area. Mr. Yasunori Tamane is the president of the Soil Club, which is a joint recycling effort by both farmer and consumer, and collects raw garbage from the consumer to make EM compost out of it. EM garbage compost is returned to the fields, and plans are drawn up on what vegetables to plant in consultation with consumers. The harvested vegetables have gained the reputation of being safe and delicious and are distributed directly to the consumers, members of the Soil Club, whose membership is growing. In Tatsuta village on the border between Aichi and Mie prefectures, Mr. Hideaki Nakano, who has been using Kyusei nature farming techniques for 7 years, grows butterburs in greenhouses. Mr. Nakano says that in comparison to conventional cultivation techniques, his harvests of butterbur have increased greatly. Mr. Nakano says that since he uses no synthesized pesticides and fertilizers, production costs are cheaper as well as health and environmental purification enhanced. Participating in agricultural production has become enjoyable thanks to EM technology. This is the EM Bokashi that I made. It is made outside in the open air, in a pile like this. Please look at the superb quality of this EM Bokashi. Let's have Mr. Nakano show us his cultivation of butterburs inside the greenhouses. This phenomenal growth of butterburs is evidently the result of cultivation with EM. This is butterbur which has already been cut once, and what we are seeing is the second growth. Isn't it amazing? This butterbur has just been cut. Please look at the base of the stalk. It is very thick. Butterbur grown conventionally usually come up only to my waist, but these grown with EM come up to my neck. EM really shows wonderful results. Mr. Masami Ichikawa in Yachimata City in Chiba Prefecture is using large-scale mechanized farming technology on his farm along with Kyusei nature farming techniques. The EM solution is placed in a tank on a large tractor and is sprayed with a 16-meter nozzle which adequately covers the field of Japanese radish. Through EM use, costs of synthesized pesticides and fertilizers have been deleted, improving the economic efficiency ratios, the number of market-acceptable. Mr. Yoshio Koshikawa of Tomisato town in Chiba is very busy getting ready for the radish harvest. Mr. Koshikawa's family-run farm exclusively uses Kyusei nature farming techniques and welcomes students from abroad to study about it and EM technology. This is a picture comparing the difference between a conventionally managed taro field and Mr. Koshikawa's taro field using EM technology, which were planted at the same time. The differences in growth are quite evident. This bunch of taros has gotten to be as huge as 9.5 kilograms. Here we see a comparison of potatoes. The potato on the right was produced with EM and without pesticides according to nature farming techniques. It is highly resistant to oxidation and not likely to spoil right away. The potato on the left was produced using conventional methods and the core is already oxidizing. Since Kyusei nature farming produce are very popular among consumers, farmers practicing it are on the increase. The South Takamatsu Farmers Cooperative Project, in which consumers and farms using EM technology communicated directly with each other about production, and produce were sent directly to the consumer by the farmer. This gained great favorable response from the community. Mr. Toshihiro Miyatake talks about the project. Fresh local produce is our name for the locally grown, safe and sound vegetables that we deliver directly from the local producer to the local consumer. We adopted Kyusei nature farming and EM technology in order to provide safe and sound vegetables for the local population and created this system. Until now, farmers did not have any system to distribute their safe vegetables. That is why we started this direct distribution system. And in Takamatsu City itself, a network of citizens is expanding through EM technology. Citizens and farmers work jointly to establish a retail store for the sale of EM-processed, pesticide-free vegetables, meat, and other foods, as well as EM commodities, and is gaining the city's attention.